Last week, Governor Walker presented his state budget, and although the technical colleges did not suffer any significant reductions, as has happened in the past, there are several provisions that hinder our responsiveness and flexibility. Specifically, areas of concern involve outcome-based or performance-based funding, a tuition freeze on high-demand programs, and administrative consolidation at the state office. During the last biennial budget, we asked that any outcome-based funding be gradually adopted and capped at 30%, the ideal level to get what is seen as creative, positive outcomes. The Joint Committee on Finance agreed. However, the governor vetoed that limit. Again, for this biennial budget, the governor was asked to cap the limit at 30%. As it now stands, the governor wants to distribute direct state aid money, which is now 40% of our revenue, with the changes that were made last year, using an outcome-based model. This will be implemented over the next few years, with incremental increases reaching 100% by 2020. The WTCS feels this is insufficient evidence that 100% funding will improve outcomes. We feel this concept results in creating system winners and losers, which flies in the face of more than 100 years of a cooperative system that really stands as a model for the nation. It's also interesting to note that no other state agency has its funding distributed based on outcomes or performance. We feel that the tuition freeze for high-demand programs is unnecessary. This provision doesn't save money for the state, but it does impact already stressed budgets at the college. Additionally, there's no sunset clause in the proposal, as there was when the UW system tuition was frozen. In addition, the governor's proposal calls for high-demand programs or fields to be defined by DWD. We are not confident the Department of Workforce Development will be able to do this in a timely manner. The proposed tuition freeze feels like we are being compared to the UW system, which has had its tuition frozen because of huge budget surplus and a statewide student campaign. Unlike the UW system, the WTCS is not sitting on huge budget surplus, nor have our students voiced support for the tuition freeze. Lastly, a tuition freeze on high-demand fields, I believe, isn't going to drive students to these programs. What is needed is increased student financial aid and a permanent increase in operational revenue to hire more faculty and open more sections. Finally, it strikes us as ironic that a budget that in one part proposes enhanced autonomy for the UW system wants to restrict the administrative freedom of the tech system. The idea would consolidate the state office IT, HR, budget, and finance responsibilities and give it to the State Department of Administration, while likely increasing the WTCS operational costs. The system office has a well-earned reputation for its rapid response and providing accurate data to system schools, legislators, and the public. Taking the WTCS state office out of the loop puts this critical process in the hands of non-experts for issues involving program approvals, student data, grants management, and accounting, and there's potential for a huge slowdown in college responsiveness and agility if legislators cannot be convinced that this is a hindrance. I want to assure you that our system administrators and presidents will continue to lobby the Joint Finance Committee and other legislators, expressing our concerns and offering our solutions.